Greetings everybody, welcome back. Sive here with the ForexPeaceArmy.com. Let's have a look on the Bitcoin market. Speaking about other markets that we discussed on the weekend, and you can see on the gold market and euro currency we've got no surprises. So everything is going with the scenario that we discussed. Market has opened slightly lower. It's just crude oil has jumped, so you can see some pressure exists as in the euro as on the gold, but both mostly stands in the same area. So let's just give market some time to show reaction and see what will happen and return back to discussion of these markets tomorrow. But today we're considering the Bitcoin market, and here's also a lot of interesting stuff is going on. So on the long-term charts, we do not have anything really interesting. So we see that market is calling around the same big support area, which we have treated as a vital for existence of this upside tendency, because market stands actually in a row the yearly pivot support one, which is well, at least based on the pivot points framework, it is the vital area for the bull. So downside breakout means that we are not just in a retracement of the upside tendency, but this is new bearish tendency. But for now, Bitcoin holds the punch and actually trying to stay above this area. It's also, you can see previous tops, consolidation, major fib support, and so on. And here we are coming to a very important moment. So on the weekly chart, as we talked about this last week, we said take a look next week. Market could start flirting with the MACD, and depending what we will get by the end of the week, we either get some bearish pattern here that's just taking out of these lows, or maybe situation will start changing somehow. Currently, I still think that current demand for the Bitcoin, it's not natural. It's not based on the fundamentals of the market. It's just some rebalancing of the massive rebalancing of the assets among the big amount of people. So this is the citizens of the Middle East who sell some property, sell some goods, and putting money in the cryptocurrencies, because banks sometime working, sometime not. So some interruption in the banking sector there, actually functioning of this banking sector, and investors and actually rich people are just putting money in a Bitcoin just to hold them there until the situation will stabilize. So I think that might be the major reason here, because we do not have any other important events on the back. So let's see how it will go. But speaking in particular about this situation, so let's check the price level of the MACD this week, which is a 71,840, 71,84. If market will close below it, we will get the grabber. If it will stay above it, correspondingly we will not get the grabber, at least on this week. So that's what we will be watching for in the weekly chart. On lower time frames, here's performance of the market comes to the logical final point. So we have the ABCD pattern here. We talked about this many times already, with the 74.50, 75 target, and that is another culmination point, but we are considering it from a bit different way. So if on the weekly chart, the particular pattern, which is a grabber, seems interesting, but here we're considering this level because of the completion point of the objective point of another pattern in lower time frames. But it stands in the same area, and I think that if something will start, it will start together with the both patterns and will make impact on both charts. So that's why on the daily chart, I still keep, without any changing, this picture with the side-by-side butterflies and possible reaching of the 52 OP target. I still keep it on the table. Here is actually the ABCD that we are talking about. Market is coming to the OP. It barely hasn't reached it yet, just a few dollars until the OP, but mostly it stands right at the point that we talked about, 74.50, 75, so here. And on the hourly chart, the pattern that could finalize this, it might be the butterfly. So for instance, if market will complete the butterfly, it stands around 127, stands precisely at 75. It also might become the point that triggered the starting of the reversal, if of course our plan will work. We will see. Return back to the subject on Thursday, but for now let's just stay focused on the performance of the market around 74.50, how it will complete it. Once it will complete it, let's see what the reaction will fall and whether we will get here some bearish patterns, because it might be a really important moment and quite attractive point to consider taking the short positions if everything goes with our plan. That in towards what we have. Let's just see what will happen, and as I said, make next update on Thursday.